All right, what's going on, big dogs? So, MrBeast has finally responded to the entire Chris Tyson ordeal going on right now. And he actually did a fairly good job this time. It's, again, another solid apology from MrBeast. I'm not going to say it was perfect. I'm not going to say it was like the greatest thing ever. He didn't address some of the allegations that are now alleged against him, but we'll talk about that also later in the video here. So he starts off by saying, over the last few days, I've become aware of serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online. Ava Tyson is Chris Tyson. And I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. So not a lot of people were exactly super happy with this. Some people were, it really was a divisive tweet. It was very lawyerly, as you can see. It has over 60 million views at this point on Twitter, which is insane. That's totally ridiculous. And everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. And I think the main question is what did MrBeast know? What did he know about Chris and his doings? He obviously had to know something. You know, you're not somebody's best friend like that. You don't live with somebody and then you just don't know about what they're doing in your house, especially if you're quote unquote best friends. Like at some point, I'm sure these two were sitting around and it slipped out, or Chris just came up and told him about this shit, and maybe MrBeast was just kind of let it fly by. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but there's no way that he doesn't know about at least some of this stuff. Now, we will find out more as this investigation goes on. He did hire a third party, which is good, because if he had just done it himself, or he had went on and done an investigation, he could have just been like, oh no, he's fine, ha ha ha, and moved on with his life, I suppose. But firing him is the right response as well. I do agree with that. You should not have that person working with you or have any association with that individual with such heavy accusations and honestly heavy proof. At this point for Chris, it is not looking good. That being said, with all of this being brought up, MrBeast has been getting some fire thrown his way as well, which has been kind of warranted, kind of not warranted, in my opinion. I don't really understand the hate for this. He basically said a few bad things back in the day, and people are just trying to cancel him over things that he said 10 years ago. There was one clip of his that went around where it was like a race joke where he's like, oh, I can rob a store because I'm white. Ha 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 ha. Like that was the whole joke. And a bunch of people are trying to get him canceled for that. He said something about the Catch Me Outside girl. Even the post about it, like the original post that blew up and was trying to frame him as saying he was going to bang a 14-year-old. Even that got flagged as not true. He stated in the video like 10 seconds later that it was a joke. She's underage. That's gross. So there is no hard evidence. And before people start calling me like a MrBeast meat rider or just the ultimate glazer of some kind, you know, like he's a donut and I'm just glazing that shit on there. No. Okay. I don't watch MrBeast videos. I could care less, honestly, what happens here. If he gets found out to be proven guilty and have known the whole time what Chris was doing, I'll be right there with you guys being like, yeah, fuck this guy, take him down. And if it comes out that he did nothing wrong, he had no idea, shit like that, or very little idea, all right. Like that's just how the legal process works. I'm not going to sit here and bash on a guy if the evidence isn't either already very damning like it is with Chris, or if it isn't obvious that this person did it. I'm not going to be hard on somebody and try to like ruin their career, you know, just because I think they might have done something. Like I stated earlier, I do think MrBeast has some knowledge of this going on. I mean, the guy had artwork up in their living room, in their apartment they lived in together, in their house they lived in together. Like I said, they've been best friends for years. There's no way in hell that this guy didn't have something, like some type of idea of what Chris was doing. Like they're such good friends. This motherfucker got him to go to like the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Like MrBeast got invited and they still invited Chris because that's how close they are. Like that's their friendship, basically. Oh my God. Now that I'm thinking about it, he went to the Kids' Choice Awards. That is incredible. Chris went to the Kids' Choice Award. He was like an NBA scout out there, man. I guarantee it. He was sitting in there, like he went up on stage and he was scouting. He was like, he was looking for all that potential. Yeah, he was going to turn his team around. Oh my God, dude. No way, man. They see, I do these videos and then in the middle of like reading my script or just rambling, I'll just remember stuff that these people actually did. And I'm like, oh my God, no way. It's disgusting. But overall, I don't think that this is like the greatest thing. And obviously, we're going to have to wait for more evidence to come out. Hopefully, he does respond to some of the weird accusations because I feel like they're really easy to counteract. And it's a little weird that he hasn't said anything yet. Granted, he took a few days to comment on this stuff. I mean, Sunny V2, if you guys haven't noticed, he called him out for this crap like a year ago. And people have been talking about that, how Sunny V2 is just like rubbing his hands together, twisting his mustache type of stuff. Like, he called this out like a year ago, and you have to give credit where credit's due. Like, that's incredible to, catch it before anyone else does. It's really crazy. But I also wanted to just like go over some of these comments because it kind of shows the 50-50 aspect of this entire ordeal, where like half the audience seems to be on his side and the other half seems to kind of be like, no, cancel MrBeast. So he said, we warned you. You didn't listen. You deserve to be canceled. Does one bad cancel out 10,000 good deeds? Let's know. I mean, I get what they're both saying here. Like a year ago, basically at this point, we've known for almost a year and a half at this point that Chris might be a weird, creepy individual. And a lot of people who were on that train are now taking that side and be like, we told you, ha. But like, there wasn't yes, there was some evidence out there, but nothing was ever done about it. Nobody really pursued anything. And now it seems like people are all kind of, all right, let's focus on this. I don't know why it didn't get focused on before, but when it's not brought to light like that and it's not a problem, people kind of just look over it, as sad as that is. Does one bad cancel out 10,000 good deeds? Like, should we cancel MrBeast? Like, if MrBeast knew that this was going on, does that one bad thing cancel out all the other things that he's done, like building houses and doing all that stuff? And in this case, yeah, absolutely. You could be a phenomenal, great person, and if you all of a sudden murder somebody, like, I'm not going to think of you as a wonderful, great person anymore. Like, that's not how this works. If you have been helping cover up your friend being a pedo for the last year and a half or however many years you've known, no, that doesn't slide usually. So in this case, no. But normally, if it was like, I forgot to put the toilet seat down, honey, sorry, and you fell in the toilet, like, does that one bad thing cancel out doing all the other good things that the guy normally does? No, but whatever. Got MrBeast's new video. I hired 100 lawyers to save my friend Ava from pedophile allegations. That's a really good one. That's my favorite one. I've scrolled through this already once. That's definitely my favorite. His name is Chris. I don't get that. Like, who cares? I'm pretty sure in his name, like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Ava Chris Tyson. So who cares if you call him Chris or Ava? Like, it's either or, I feel like, why would you have it up there if you don't get called by that? But whatever. Stop enabling his mental illness. I mean, you do you. This one is really good too. When the first whole ordeal came out, when Chris came out as trans, everyone thought this was going to ruin MrBeast. And MrBeast was like, yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my fucking friend. And things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off. And it looks like it turned out to be your nightmare. Yeah, he did. This is not good. Not good. But I guess the only other thing is, like he said, he let him go. And some people are kind of wondering, like, did he let him go or did Chris step away because things were getting too hot? Because Chris had tweeted, I believe, saying that he walked away, like he stepped away from all the MrBeast stuff. And MrBeast is now saying that, no, he fired him and told him to get lost. Personally, I believe MrBeast. The way Chris has been acting over this whole ordeal is very weird, and he has done nothing but incriminate himself more. And he seems to be more of like an entitled person now than what he looks like in the videos. But that's just my theory. He kind of acts like, well, I can't do anything wrong because I'm this, feel bad for me. Meh, like plays victim all the time. Some Boogie 2988 shit right there. But Anyways, guys, that is all I got for you today. If you did enjoy, remember, please leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It all absolutely means a ton. You guys have been killing it on the videos. I really, really appreciate it. You know, leave a comment down below. Any constructive criticism is always great. I appreciate anything that everyone does to help this channel grow and prosper. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you guys for sticking around till the end of the video. And until the next video, guys, Godspeed.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard above me.